First session on data handling. Today we are going to talk about data handling. Data handling is a process of collecting, tabulating, and putting the data in the form of pictogram or bar graph. Collecting, tabulating, and putting the data in a pictorial form. Collecting, recording, and presenting data in different forms can help us to draw inferences from them. With the help of recording and presenting the data, by recording and presenting the data in various forms, pictorial forms, we can come to a conclusion. We can draw inferences. We can come to a conclusion. For example, finding the performance of your class in mathematics is data handling. Finding the performance of India in football or cricket match is also an example for data handling. Female literacy rate in a given area can be done with the help of data handling. Finding the number of children below the average age of 5 in families around you is also an example of data handling. Organizing data in tabular form. After collecting data, we can record them and organize them in tabular form. Tables can be used for collecting and recording the data. We come across many kinds of data which can be put in tabular form. For example, students in our school, progress report of a student, index in the notebooks, recording the temperature, and many other examples and many other data are also tabulated in a table or recorded in a table. When we put data in a proper table, it becomes easy to understand and interpret. With the help of a table, by arranging the data in a table, we can come to a conclusion. We can draw inferences. We can get something out of it. Representative value or average. The term average represents the central tendency of a group of observations of data. Average value. Finding the average value is also known as representative value. The average value lies between the highest and the lowest value of a set of data. Finding the arithmetic mean is an example of finding the representative value of a given set of integers or data. Here is an example: finding the average attendance of students in a classroom during its final examination. During the final examination, finding the average attendance of students in a class is done with the help of finding the arithmetic mean of those data, of a set of data. Usage of the term average. Here are some more examples of using the representative value or average value in our day-to-day life. Average value can be used in various occasions. Here are some examples. Isha spends on an average of about 5 hours daily for her studies. A student named Isha spends on an average 5 hours a day for her studies. The average temperature at this time of the year is about 40 degrees Celsius. The average temperature during a particular period is calculated as 40 degrees Celsius in a particular area. The average age of pupils in my class is 12 years. In a particular class, the average age of the students doing their studies is calculated as 12 years. Arithmetic mean. The most common representative value of a group of data is the arithmetic mean or the mean. Arithmetic mean is a value which is found by taking the average of a given set of data. The average or arithmetic mean or simply mean is defined as mean is equal to sum of all observations divided by number of observations. Finding the here, this is the formula for finding the mean or average mean of a set of values. Here is an example. Two vessels containing 20 liters and 60 liters of milk are considered here, and now we need to find the amount that each vessel would have if both share the milk equally. Two different containers are there. One contains 20 liters and another can contain 60 liters of milk. Now we have to find out the average value of milk that can be contained in those two containers if they are shared equally, if they contain the milk equally. This can be done by taking the average of these two containers. The average of milk that can be contained by these two containers is equivalent to total quantity of milk contained by those two vessels divided by the number of vessels, that is 20 plus 60 divided by 2, which is 80 divided by 2, 40. Thus each vessel would have 40 liters of milk. Thus the average or mean value or simply mean is defined as sum of all observations divided by number of observations. Here is another example. A batsman scored the following number of runs in 6 innings. They are 36, 35, 50, 46, 60 and 55. Now we have to calculate the runs scored by him in an inning. Average value scored by the batsman in all the innings. So to calculate this, we have to find the total of all the scores, all the runs he scored in all the innings. Total runs is equal to 36 plus 35 plus 50 plus 46 plus 60 plus 55, which is 282. To find the mean, we have to total all the observations and divide it by the number of observations. That means 282 divided by 6, which is 47. Thus the mean run scored by the batsman in an inning is 47. Now, by understanding the lessons we have learned during this teaching session, we can find out these two, we can perform or we can solve these two problems. Let us try this. First one, find the mean of your sleeping hours during 1 week. Now can you find out the average hour of sleep you take in a whole week? In a day you may sleep a number of hours which may vary from 6 to 10. How will you find the average sleeping hour in a day? Add all those sleeping hours in a day and find the total and then divide it by 7. By calculating the total hours of sleep in a week and dividing it by 7, we can find the average of sleeping hours in a week. Similarly, the second exercise is find at least 5 numbers between 1 by 2 and 1 by 3. How will you find a fraction between two fractions? Here 1 by 2 and 1 by 3 are two fractions. Now we have to find 5 fractions in between these two. In order to find another fraction which lies between 1 by 2 and 1 by 3, we have to take average. Add 1 by 2 and 1 by 3 and divided it by 2, we get the next fraction which lies in between these two. Similarly, consider the third fraction with any one of these two fractions and get the average, find the average to get the next fraction which lies in between those two numbers. Let us do these two exercises with the help of what we learned in this teaching session. Thank you.